Welcome you all and thanks everyone for joining this class. I'd like to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Isabella and I'm my colleagues Gisella.
Hi.
We are from Beria Italian Events. Beria Italian Events is a startup that promotes Italian culture and traditions through the organization of events in Bay Area. Due to the shelter in place, we had to postpone all events that we were planning, but we decided to stay active, and so we moved our event from physical to virtual. And so we started these cooking virtual classes. Today we will have Francesco and Marcello from Poesia Restaurant. They have a nice restaurant in San Francisco. They will introduce themselves, and today we are going to learn how to make Gnocco Fritto. And that's it. If you have questions during the class, as I said before, you can unmute yourself and ask the question, or if you prefer, you can use the chat box. So you can text your question and I will ask to Marcello and Francesco the question, okay? Thanks again, everyone, and enjoy the class. Okay, Marcello. And Francesco, it's your turn.
Sì. Welcome, everybody. It's so nice to see so many familiar faces. I'm very happy, even though it's via internet. But it's so nice to see you back in this special environment. Yeah, I'm Francesco. I'm the owner of Poesia, and here is Marcello, our new chef, recent in the last couple of months, and. Today we're going to see the preparation and execution of the Gnocco Fritto. Marcello.
Hello everyone, I'm Marcello and I come from Modena, which is like the city that brings this recipe for you here. The Gnocco Fritto is one of our best dishes. For enjoying with the gelato with the other people that night, and it's a kind of a bread, just a little bit more rich on flavor and fried, and then you can enjoy it with a kind of salumi and cheeses. So what I'm gonna show you is to make the dough from the scratch, and then after we will see together how to fry it and how to eat it at the end, of course. Anyone has any question?
Hi guys. I
was going to ask if you can give us a brief.
You're frozen.
I couldn't hear you.
You're frozen.
Yeah, guys, I think that we have a connection problem. Marcello, can you try to unmute your phone, the other mic, and mute this one, because maybe, I don't know, there are some problem.
Vabbè, is it better now? No.
You should switch off the audio from the laptop, the other laptop. L'audio frontale, Marcello, Francesco, altrimenti sente l'eco. I'm talking Italian, so it's faster.
How is it right now? Is it better? Are we still frozen?
Yes. It's perfect.
It's okay?
For me. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if each one of us can give us just a brief presentation of yourself, where you're calling from, and the reason why you decided to subscribe to this class today. I don't know where we start. Maybe Isabella, you can help with that.
Oh my God, I'm going to ask. Okay, Chris and Johnny. They are drinking.
Which is why we go to Poesia. We own 2 bar stools there.
So Chris and John, where are you from? Why are you decide to join this class?
Well, because we're always at Poesia and we miss it. So this is the closest we can get. We wish that Gabby was there making the drinks too, but you know, this will do.
Okay, thanks, Chris. What about Chris Bolton?
Hi, I actually live around the corner from Poesia. My partner and I go there a couple times a month, missing it greatly as well. And a friend actually forwarded the class to me. I had gnocchi fritti maybe 20 years ago in Milano, and ever since then I've been obsessed with them, but I've never actually had them here or learned how to make them myself. So I'm very happy to learn how to make them now.
Perfect.
Amazing.
What about Garrett? Garrett, unmute.
There we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yes. Well, I've known Francesco since I think we opened up our businesses in the Castro right about the same time. So it's been a long time now. And like these guys, I just miss them a lot. I was used to seeing them actually a couple times a week. And like Gabby would always make them a martini first, and then we'd enjoy all the food. So anyway, I miss it. So this class was a good excuse to kind of see everybody again. I got a couple friends of mine involved tonight too. So I live in Twin Peaks.
Perfect. Thank you, Garrett.
You're welcome.
What about Tracy? Which Tracy? Tracy with the eyeglasses.
Hi, this Tracy is friends with Garrett and have been to the restaurant many times with him, and likewise miss it a lot. And I'm in the process of learning to cook. So when he asked if I wanted to join this, I thought, why not? I'm in Po Valley in San Francisco.
Okay, thank you, Tracy.
Thank you.
What about Bart and family?
Hi, Paula is from Sicily. I'm from Belgium. Francesca is from the middle, I guess. And she,
Yes, that's the main reason.
so we go a couple of times a month as well to Poesia. We miss it a lot, and Francesca really misses going out there to see Francesco and Pietro, of course. Right? Yeah. So we look forward to.
And we miss the food.
And we miss the food.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, guys. Tracy, the other Tracy.
The other Tracy. I live in Oakland, and I've known the other Tracy here for over 20 years and friends with Garrett as well. Yeah, and I'm also drinking.
Yeah. Good. What about you, Janine?
Well, I'll let my husband Dave talk because he made them. He made gnocchi fritto for me a week ago.
Oh, really?
We had them in Parma last year when we went to the Verdi Festival, and so let him talk because I just eat. He does the cooking. So Dave, why don't you? We're in 2 different rooms.
Oh yes. I don't see Dave.
Dave, put your video on.
Yeah,
Hi, Dave.
Yeah, no, we were in at the Verdi Festival a couple of years ago, and every restaurant we went to served these little biscuits, Gnocco Fritto with marinara sauce or with choucroute, and we just fell in love with them, and we want to make them at home.
Yes.
We're in Palo Alto.
We're in Palo Alto. So.
Okay. So
All right, we're ready. Should we get
Yes.
started?
Yes.
All right, I'll leave it up to the chef
All
now.
right. So we are gonna start with 500 grams of bread flour. I wrote a quantity of the water, which is actually not always the same. It depends on, because working with the flour, it can change every day about the weather, of the humidity, so you might need a little bit more, but always start with 125 grams, and then after you see how much you need. I start to add the milk with the honey. The honey is used just to help actually the yeast to work. So I will put also the yeast. I used fresh beer yeast, but you can use also like dry yeast. Just use the half quantity of it because it's stronger. Then I mix well the milk, the yeast, and the honey together. And so now you can put everything in the flour. I'm using a fork to mix it up.
And why are you using a fork, Marcelo?
It's just easier and more clean to not use the end from the start, because the dough is not clearly now. Then after, I'm gonna start to add the sparkling water. It's very important you guys use sparkling water, which is the things that make it puffs up when you're going to fry the dough.
So having sparkling water will make the dough puffing, being a little bit more crunchy, right? On the
yeah, I mean, if you use sparkling water, it's gonna puff up. Otherwise, it's gonna fry but let flat.
And you said you're using bread flour?
Yeah, bread flour.
Okay, for the higher gluten, or can you substitute any other flour, or does it need to be bread?
Can you substitute any? Repeating the question. Can you substitute any other flour to that? Or what's the reason why?
I'm using high protein, but every kind of bread flour is fine. It's just better to use bread flour because this recipe is actually a bread just a little bit more rich.
Okay.
And it was invented like from the Lombard, actually after the fall of the Roman Empire, because in that age there was like a lot of quantity of pork fat. So they were trying to create something a little bit rich than the bread. And now I'm showing you like a light recipe, and then it's also like harder here to find the lard, which is the pork fat. But yeah, I still prefer to use olive oil instead because it makes it more light. And it was also fried with the lard. which makes the dish like very, very fat and heavy. So on this way, it's more easy to digest when you eat the gnocco fritto, and it's lighter. I took a little bit more of water, as I said, it's not always the same. And now I can start to make the dough by the hands. At the end, the dough should be like really soft. And I will put the salt and the olive oil at the end of the dough, because the salt will go against the leaven. So that's why we put the salt at the end, not from the start. And then the olive oil, it's also put at the end of the dough, because it will make the
Francesco, help! Help Marcello!
The strength of the
yeah, it will leave the dough like more elastic, the olive oil.
How much olive oil should be added at the end?
It's about, for 500 grams of flour, it should be around 10 grams, like 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And then a little trick to let the salt melt better in the dough, I put just a little bit of water together with the salt, so it will melt in the water. And then it will melt better also in the dough, because you put the salt at the end.
Marcello, I have a question.
Okay.
Marcello?
Yeah.
Are you using cold water, warm water, room temperature water?
It's actually better to use the water cold.
Okay.
I'm showing you the dough making by hands, but if you guys have a kitchenette in the house, it might be even easier. Okay, and now just put the olive oil at the end and finish to make the dough. It's gonna be a little bit of work by hands, but after a little bit that you're moving the dough, it'll be.
You want to tell her how the dough has to feel to make sure right? What's the right consistency?
Yeah, so the dough, it might be like from the start a little bit sticky in your hand, but it has to be very soft at the end. So that's why now it seems a little bit sticky, because there is water that needs to be
absorbed.
No, mixed in the dough.
Incorporated.
Incorporated, yeah. That's why with the kitchen it might be easier, but you can do by the hands. My grandmother used to do by the hands, so.
Is this your recipe from your grandmother?
Yeah.
It is.
Actually from Modena, yeah.
So.
Marcello, I have a question. Your grandmother made this one during a special occasion, or I don't know, every Sunday?
Well, it's a little bit more for occasion, because it's not a dish you might have every day. Because actually, my grandmother also used to fry the gnocco fritto in the lard, which makes it like pretty good, but a little bit heavy.
And nowadays it's more common to use lard to fry, or just the
I always do with the sunflower oil.
Sunflower oil. What about the restaurants in the Modena area? Is there any restaurant they use lard to fry? Is it something still?
Well, there are also like a lot of different recipe, a lot of different theories for us. So yeah, maybe some people we still do with lard. And also like in Modena it's called gnocco fritto. If you go to Reggio Emilia, which is close but it's still in Emilia, they call it crescentine. So we also have like a different kind of name how to call it. So as you see now, it's not sticky as before, because water is incorporating better in the dough.
So this process takes like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More or less.
Well, if you do it with the KitchenAid, it might be less.
Yeah.
the sense, yeah.
I mean, it's just easier because the machine will do the work itself, but
And he has to reach
Does
this
it,
consistency.
I was going to ask, does it feel anything like a pasta dough, like an egg and flour pasta dough? Does it have the same elasticity, or is it going to be, how does it compare so we can tell how it should feel?
He's asking how, can you repeat the question?
How does this dough compare to like an egg and flour pasta dough? Does it have the same elasticity, or is it going to be harder? Is it going to be softer?
Compared to a pasta dough, it's more elastic, it's a harder, it's
it's pretty more soft and elastic. Yeah. As I said before, the dough should be pretty soft. Like you can push your finger, and when you take the finger out, it should be like just a little bit stick with the dough when you take it out, but just a little bit. So that means it's like more soft than egg pasta.
Okay.
Even though the
Okay,
process
perfect.
how to do the pasta is pretty similar.
So, okay. Thank you.
So now the dough is ready, and then I like to create a ball like this. You take the dough down with both hands and turn it, and this action also gives like more strength of at the dough. Okay, so here you can see the dough. It's pretty soft. And
Marcello, can you go closer to the camera so we can see the consistency of the dough? Okay. Yeah, no, the other one. Oh, yes. Up. Okay. Up. Okay. Yes. Okay, perfect.
You can see my finger. It's a little bit sticky with the dough because it's very soft.
Thank you.
Now it just needs to rest. If you leave it on room temperature, you can let it rest for 4 hours, and then after you can start to work on that and then fry it. Or you can let it in the fridge if you're making the dough now. And then probably it's gonna be too late to try to eat it tonight. You can let it in the fridge and let it leave it like very low, which for me is actually better. In the fridge until tomorrow, and then tomorrow you take it out 1 hour before you want to eat. You let it rest for an hour at the room temperature. Then you can start to work on that to lay down the dough and then fry. To let it rest the dough, I will put some flour inside the bowl. This is because the dough will become the double size of how it is now. And then you can cover with a plastic bag and let it rest.
Plastic wrap.
No plastic wrap, because it depends on the space you have, the dough will increase. So if you put plastic wrap, the dough might touch the dough has to have the space, the room to increase. Anyone has any question?
So if you leave at room temperature, rest at room temperature, it's a minimum of 4 hours?
Yeah, I would suggest minimum of 4 hours.
4 hours, okay.
Everybody is doing the dough right now, or?
I was joking. Can it be 4 minutes instead of 4 hours? We're all hungry now.
Everybody is okay.
Marcello, sorry, if you want to accelerate the process, you can use maybe you can put the dough in the oven with the light on.
I don't suggest it.
No.
Because the leaven, it's a process that has to have its time. So you can do it, but it's not gonna be good as well. With every kind of dough that needs to live and they needs their time to be good.
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, what's next?
So yeah, I will just close the bowl with a plastic bag and leave it like this, either at room temperature or in the fridge. It's up to you. Then here I got the dough ready to use that I made yesterday night. Can you guys see it properly?
Yes.
Right, you see it's very soft. So now I'm gonna lay down the dough. It has to be very thin. That's why I use the pasta machine. But it can be done also with the how is it called, Isabella?
Mattarello.
Pin, rolling pin, something like that.
Yeah.
Got it right.
With the rolling pin as well. So I cut off just a piece of the dough. I'm sorry, here is gonna be a little bit of noise because of the pasta machine, but it's gonna be quick.
How thick is the pasta machine right now?
So the number in the pasta machine, I started at 6, then I went to 4, then I'm going to 2. when are you laying the pasta, if you notice that it's sticking, you can just add a little bit of flour in the dough. And then now I'm going to 0.
So what could happen to someone like me, for example, I've never done it, and you do this? There could be something that goes wrong, and what can go wrong, and how can I fix it? If something like, you know, when I pass the dough.
Probably the only thing that could be wrong, like as I said, just put a little bit of flour in the dough, since it's pretty soft and it might be sticky. So if it sticks to the rolling in the pasta machine, it's not going properly. But that's it. I think it's the only thing. I mean, it doesn't need to come out of the machine in a proper form, because after we are gonna cut in square or triangle, or if you wanna cut it round, it's up to you. It's pretty the same. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut in small pieces. As I said, you can do the shape you want. I'm giving the shape triangle now, as possible. All right. And then once you have your dough laid down, cut your pieces, you should like fry it right away. So I had already my sunflower oil in a pot, hot in the stove. And then now I'm gonna show you how to fry it and how the dough is puffed up while frying.
If you use a fryer, what temperature would you suggest with a fryer?
If you can set a temperature, I would stay around 170, 180 degrees Celsius, which should be Fahrenheit 375, I guess, not sure.
170, 180 Celsius.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
365 Fahrenheit. That's 180.
So yeah, it's around 365 Fahrenheit.
356.
Oh no, 356 Fahrenheit, I'm sorry.
We move to the fryer.
Yeah.
To the fryer. Eccoci qua. While Marcello is getting ready, you're gonna see me.
Yeah.
Where is it? I don't know. Is it okay? You wanna see the oil here? This is the depth. I don't see it. Of how much oil we have in the pot?
The oil, it has to be a good quantity because the dough is like deep fried on it.
I have a question, and since I'm Belgian, I think I'm allowed to ask the question. Paula doesn't want to ask the question. Is it okay to use olive oil instead of sunflower oil?
Yeah, it might be, but I will suggest the sunflower.
Okay, yeah, we don't have it here, but we'll try to get some. Thank you.
Olive oil is fine. We're Southern Italians, we use olive oil.
Okay.
Exactly.
we have so much olive oil, we use it for everything. For after the sun exposure, we use olive oil for everything. No worries.
The difference between the olive oil and the sunflower oil is the temperature of yeah, like the burning temperature. So the sunflower oil is able to be at a more high temperature than the olive oil also. That's why it's important.
Okay, thank you.
Let me just try for the oil because I don't have the temperature. Yeah, it's almost ready. I would wait 1 more minute to warm it up better the oil. But in the meantime, I take the dough.
Can you, if you don't use all the dough in one night, can you keep the dough? Does it last for a couple days in the refrigerator?
How long can you keep the dough in the refrigerator?
You can keep it also for a few days. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But once you lay down the pasta, it's better to fry it. So if you want to keep it like 1 more days, you just keep the dough instead of laying down the pasta. Okay, so we should be ready to fry. Then now, Francisco, we bring the camera to the pot so you can see better.
Okay, here is this.
I'm gonna put another piece. So here is the result. You see the dough has puffs up, and then it's soft, but a little bit crunchy outside. We can fry it. Can you guys see properly?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you cut one open? I'm curious because it doesn't seem like it's cooked that long. Is the dough really cooked through?
Yeah, I will. Wait. So when you fry also, it's important like that you try to move a little bit the oil on top of on top of the dough. Okay, I will show you the inside, just 1 second to let it cool down.
Io puoi fare anche le fare.
Torniamo di là.
Andiamo di là.
So here's the inside. I know it's pretty fast, but it's cooked. The dough is cooked. Like, can you see?
Perfect.
Everything is okay?
Yes.
I don't, okay.
Sorry, yeah, that looks perfect. Thank you.
Great. And then here I have like an example of how it can be eaten. I cut some salumi or cheeses. Here I have salame, coppa, prosciutto crudo, 1 pecorino, and a gorgonzola. But this is really on your preferred things. Then the way how we eat it is to put the salumi in the middle, like not to open the dough, just put the salumi in the middle and fold it as a book, and then just eat them.
My God.
If you need a model, I can model that. This is how you
Go
do
ahead, Francesco. Taste it for us.
How is it? I think delicious.
Wow, delicious. Good job, chef.
Marcello, what about Nutella? We can put Nutella in the gnocco fritto?
So I won't put Nutella, but you can put Nutella. Just because it's a fried thing. I mean, yeah, it's just up to you, because it might be delicious too with the Nutella. I would rather to put the Nutella with the tigelle, which is another dish that we used to do together with the gnocco fritto in my town. But yeah, it can be eaten with Nutella too.
Do you have any suggestion about some types of wine that we can pair with the gnocco fritto?
Usually we always drink Lambrusco with that. It's like a pretty common wine to drink with this kind of dish. And even I don't used to drink Lambrusco. I don't like it so much. But when I eat this kind of dish, I will always request Lambrusco to drink it together.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope anyone is fine. They understand everything.
Yeah. Any questions? Any additional comments?
Yeah, this is Janine. Do you serve it with a marinara sauce sometimes?
Marinara?
Not usually with marinara, but we can serve also. I remember, like in mountain places in Italy, we might serve it with like boar cooked in humid, like a stove of boar or something, like
Boar, cinghiale?
yeah, wild boar.
Like a cinghiale?
Yeah,
Cinghiale,
yeah,
Yeah.
like a stew, like a stew.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a stew. Yeah, like a stew.
Well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How long are they? How long can you keep them? I would assume after a day or two they probably get a little soft. Can they be reheated in the oven or anything like that to crisp them up?
Once it's already fried.
Once they're fried, yes.
So usually we just fried it and eat it right away. But yeah, even the day after, it might be good. I remember also like my grandfather did like when you have some gnocco fritto from the day after. Some people used to eat it with the milk as a breakfast. Also, it's another way. But
the
yeah,
milk, into the milk?
Yeah, for breakfast. I know it sounds a little bit weird, but I remember my grandfather also used to did it. If we have if we had some pieces of the day before leftovers, yeah, it can be eaten like this too.
Marcello, I have a question. If you have more dough, you can freeze the dough and then use after a while?
It's actually better not, because also when you freeze a dough that has a yeast, it's not always so good for the yeast, because the freezer go against the yeast. So I would rather no, but you can try if you want.
No, I will follow your rules.
Thank you.
Any other question for Marcello and Francesco? What about Chris and Johnny? What about you? We don't hear you.
Hey, John.
What?
No, I was gonna tell you
This
guys,
is perfect with an Aperol Spritz.
raise the camera just a little bit because your heads are cut off right here.
Yes, Francesco, you have to adjust the laptop because we can't see the Marcello face. First cut. Marcello is too tall for this class. We spent a lot of time before the class to set the laptop. He was the problem because it's too tall.
It's on my, it's a standard my height. That's why.
Huh.
Is it okay now?
Yeah,
Yes.
perfect.
Perfetto.
Right.
So in case ours fails tomorrow, will it be on the menu for takeouts tomorrow?
Good idea. You can do the gnocco fritto day.
Why not?
Well, we can't wait to reopen and offer it directly here. It would be, I think, the best way to experience it. Warm out of the kitchen.
Yeah, this of course.
Tracy, are you okay? Did you make the doll? Tracy with the
Yes, I did make the dough. It's quite sticky.
Okay.
Keep
Show
playing
us.
with it.
Show us the dough.
Oh Lord.
Okay. It's pretty sticky. Perfect.
If you see that it's too much sticky, you can just add a little bit more of flour and work again the dough.
That I'll do, and then I'll let it rise. Thank you.
Welcome.
I saw Garrett. He made the gnocco fritto. Show us.
Yeah, mine turned pretty good.
Oh my God. Good job.
I still got a bunch over in the pan, but I got a lot of dough. I've got much dough. So
Have you fried it right away?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it turned out
I was
good.
going to say, Garrett, how did you do that? Like, you didn't let it rise, you just cooked it?
No, I was following Marcello. I just kind of cut it up and then put it in.
But you didn't let it rest for like 4 hours.
Oh, no, I just cooked it.
You have to
They kind of puffed up, but they puffed up. I mean.
Yeah, they of course puffs up, but it's always better to let it leaven because of.
Oh, trust me, I have plenty. Don't worry.
Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Just giving the suggestion.
Okay.
Right.
We done?
Think so.
What about Tracy, Janine, Dave? Are you okay?
This was
Everything
so fun.
clear?
This is great fun.
It was
Thank
really
you.
great. We learned a lot and we want some. So thank you very
Rocket.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can see more classes. Yeah.
Buon
Thank you.
appetito. Buon appetito.
Buon appetito. Ciao. Ciao.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thanks everyone for joining the class. See you
See you
soon.
again.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Bye-bye.
Bye.